What's up everyone, it's Mark. KTC have sent over their H27E6 monitor to test, featuring a 2560 by 1440 IPS panel. More importantly, it supports a 320Hz refresh rate and a 1 millisecond response time. KTC are asking just 185 UK pounds or $249 US for the H27E6, plus it supports HDR 400. The image quality is going to make or break this monitor, so we will start with that first. Can this monitor deliver a good HDR experience in games like Cyberpunk 2077, or should you save your hard-earned money and buy elsewhere? Right, inside the box with the monitor there's an adjustable stand and base, a power adapter, one DisplayPort cable, a user manual, and lastly your warranty card. Setting up was really easy. You just connect the stand and base together and then carefully attach them to the back of the monitor. I connected mine up with the included DisplayPort cable and had no trouble selecting the 320Hz refresh rate. You won't need to purchase any other cables to get started. Checking out the design, it gives off a Stormtrooper vibe with the white casing, but it isn't overdone and still looks good in an office environment. There's a decent amount of flexibility here with height, tilt, swivel, all offering a good range of movement. On the back there's a total of 2 HDMI 2.1s and 2 DisplayPort 1.4 connections, all capable of 320Hz at 1440p. There's even a USB 2.0 connection that some budget monitors don't have, with fibre optic cables becoming the norm and requiring their own USB connections for power. It's great to see KTC have included one. Setting up this monitor didn't take long. First I went ahead and turned on G-Sync, enabled 10-bit and calibrated HDR with the Windows 11 calibration tool. I managed to get a maximum of 430 nits out of this monitor. Unfortunately, when HDR is enabled, you're unable to change any of the display settings in the menu as they're pre-calibrated. The brightness, for example, is now ramped up to 100%. For general desktop use and in games, I found the monitor to be more than bright enough. With HDR enabled, you only get a slight HDR pop in games like Cyberpunk. With that said, for the money I was happy with the overall picture this display delivers in HDR. As for the black levels, in a dark game like this it performs really well. There's a slight IPS glow and some black light bleed over the edges, but I was more than happy to use this panel on my second playthrough of Resident Evil. This panel delivers 99% of sRGB, 98% of DCI-P3 and 99% of the Adobe RGB color space. While not comparable to OLED, the colours are decent here and shouldn't be dismissed just because it's an IPS panel. To get the most out of this monitor, you have to enable an overclock in the menu to get the full 320Hz refresh rate. Playing several games on both casual and competitively, I was seriously impressed with how smooth this panel was. Even my much more expensive OLED runs at 240Hz, it's 4K admittedly, but I don't need 4K to play online, and for £180, this H27E6 delivers a real smooth experience. 4 years ago I would have paid 500 plus for these features. Of course, technology moves fast and 4 years is a lifetime in the tech space. Either way, you're getting a monitor that's smooth enough to play competitively and delivers a good image for high fidelity gaming. I have been pushing the 320Hz refresh rate with an RTX 5080 GPU, which is kind of overkill, although this powerhouse allowed me to drive this panel to the max, and I had my FPS capped out with reflex, and even with frame gen on ×2, every single player game I tested felt responsive enough for a great experience. Okay, so the numbers stamped on every monitor box in milliseconds, they refer to the time it takes a pixel to transition from one to another. The H27E6 doesn't deliver a true 1 millisecond grey to grey response time per se. It's rated at 1 millisecond for a moving pixel response time. During my tests I found this monitor with the overdrive maxed out at 320Hz with VSync and G-Sync off to have a 4 millisecond grey to grey response time, which is still extremely good. These response times won't directly affect your reactions, it's all about perceived smoothness. A monitor with a bad grey to grey will leave trails while panning around in games called ghosting, and I'm also happy to report visually with my own eyes this panel exhibits very little ghosting, even in the twitchiest of online multiplayer games. A little more on the HDR performance of this monitor. It delivers just enough to give your highlights more pop. For example, shop signs with LED lighting will really show this off in games. I was really curious about testing the HDR capabilities of this panel, and for 186 UK pounds, the H27E6 was able to enhance the look of my games. I remember my older IPS HDR panels, and they cost a lot to buy. This H27E6 is way better, but don't expect to get blown away by the HDR on this panel. Let me be clear, but HDR actually makes a difference with this monitor. Compared to a lot of other budget monitors at this price point, some people have managed to report 450 nits in HDR mode, which is not bad when factoring the price, of course. Right, this is my fourth monitor I've tested around this price in 2026 from various companies, and this H27E6 punches well above its weight. I can easily recommend this to someone that wants a mid-tier monitor at budget prices. The H27E6 delivers so much and costs so little. If you aren't fussed about high refresh rate gaming, this monitor won't be for you. Personally, I'm not recommending any other monitor for gaming under $250 right now. The H27E6 is that good. But then I'm mad on high refresh rate gaming. Plus, I haven't tested every monitor. Maybe you could share your opinions on any other great monitors in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you feel like checking out some of my other content, I can highly recommend these videos. My name's Mark from Silence Tech. Goodbye.